Problem number 290 says word problem. The problem says that we have given a pattern and a string s. What we want to do is that we want to identify the pattern and match it to the string s in such a way that A matches to dog, B matches to cat, and the next time B comes, it should match to cat, not anything else. So what we are going to do is solve it with the help of dictionary. We are going to split the pattern into a string with the help of dot split function, and then we are going to match every string to its matching word. So first we will start by splitting the word, and let's say words is equal to s dot split, and we want to split by spaces because as we can see every word in the string s is separated by a space. So now we have completed this stage. We have converted the pattern ABA to into a string. Now let's check, do a simple thing, which is to check if the length of the words, if length of words is not equal to length of the pattern. Let's say you got a pattern which is a comma b comma c, and you got a string s which says cat and dog. Now here we can clearly see that, let's say, if a matches to the cat, means the value of a is cat and value of b is dog, then there is no value we can assign to the letter c. So that's why the word problem should return false. That's what we are doing here. If the length of the words, means the length of this, is not equal to the pattern, then we will just simply return false. Now let's go to the part we are going to solve the problem with. We are going to convert it into a dictionary. So let's initiate a dictionary. Now what we want to do is put these A letters into the string, and also the dog, cat and dog letters into the string. So what we will do is char, comma, word. We want the character from the patterns and the words from the words list. So let's say if char if char in DCT already, then we will check if DCT dot char. Now what we have done here is we have asked the program if char is in the dictionary. So we have asked the program that if char, which is this, is already in the dictionary. So if it is there, then fine. So let's the this statement will return true. Then we will go inside the loop, inside the if statement, which asks if dictionary is not equal to word. So let's say the char is already in the dictionary and it has already assigned value, which is dog in this case. So if uh, for example a's value is not equal to dog, let's say it is something like fish, then this statement will directly return false. So let's say if char is not in the dictionary, then we will check if word is in the dictionary, which and we should keep in mind that the words we have took from this by splitting the s string, we are storing it as a value. So we will use dct dot value. What this dct dot values does is checks for the values in the dictionary. So the values on the left side are keys and the values on the right side are values. So we are going to check if the value are already in the dictionary. If it is, then we will simply return false. Now why did we return false here? Because if the value is already inside the dictionary, then it is high probability that it is already have some assigned value, which is probably not the one we are checking here. But if the word, which is the value, is not in the dictionary, then we will assign the word to its main value. We will do it by selecting the character from the dictionary, which is which in this case is a, and assign it the value word. Now if everything goes right, then at the end we want the return type should be true. So to summarize, I will explain what we have done. We got a pattern and a s string. So what we did is split the s string into a list to get individual values. Then we checked if length of the string matches the length of the words. If it doesn't, that simply means one of the characters in the string will not have any value, so the program should return false. Then we created a dictionary to check for the values and the keys into key value format. So we created a for loop here. This for the zip means if I didn't use the zip keyword, then instead of it, I would use something like this. So instead of using this, I wrote it into the simple single line format using the zip. Then I checked if the character in the patterns, which is let's say A, is in the dictionary. If it's in the dictionary, then I checked if the character in the dictionary is equal to the its assigned value. Let's say character A is dog. Now the value assigned to character A is dog. So the character in the dictionary A has the value dog. If it is not, then I will return simply false because that's what the question is saying. If, like in this case, here A, the value of A is dog assigned as dog. The value of B is assigned as cat. But when the loop comes to this A, the value it checks is for fish. Then this line will get triggered and will return false. Now if character is not in dictionary, that means if A is not in dictionary, then we will check for the words, which means for suppose dogs. If dogs is in dictionary.values, the values in dictionary are these words on the right side of the colon. If it is in the dictionary.values, then we will simply return false because the simple fact that they are in the dictionary means that they have already some value, because in the code we didn't add any values without its key into the dictionary, then it will return false. Then we will check if the dictionary, then we will just if the word is not in the dictionary, then this sentence will get triggered, which means we will assign the word to a character inside the dictionary. Let's say there is a letter A and it doesn't have any value. So if we will come to this line and check if the word is in the values. Let's say it is not in the value, then we will just simply assign that word to the value which is not assigned. And if everything goes right, the program will return true. If something goes wrong, then there are multiple false statements that could get triggered and give the final output as false.